Hey, my name's Coleman Smith. I have been in the technology space for more than 25 years. It's been around for a long time. So I'd like for you to sit back, take a listen, and we're just going to talk openly and candidly about managed services for your business and how that's going to improve everything. Hello, and welcome to episode 8, Dollars and Data. We're going to talk about managed IT networking services for your business. And this is going to be a great episode because it's really talking about the infrastructure part of your business that allows you to do the marketing, that allows you to do the find the cool things that you need to do to grow your business. So today, there's 2 or 3 topics that I want to touch base with you on. If you're a small business and you're an entrepreneur or you're considering running your business, first I want to tell you that passion and drive and motivation and a great idea is what really pushes business owners and entrepreneurs, past the ups and downs inside the business. And what I found is one of the biggest challenges that we all have, or most people have, is running their IT, computers, printers, networks, cables, all that boring stuff that we hate. However, this episode really talks about, how to outsource. What is a managed service provider? What does an IT network team do, internal and external? So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about is the benefits of a managed IT service, which is really IT networking that has to do with support, cybersecurity, email, printers, anything that has to do that bogs us all down or your staff down. It's one of those ups and downs when those things are out of line. I have helped thousands of small businesses over the last 20 years, probably 15 to 20,000 businesses with regards to franchises, multi-location businesses, and enterprise. Hey, my name's Coleman Smith. I have been in the technology space for more than 25 years. It's been around for a long time. So I'd like for you to sit back, take a listen, and we're just going to talk openly and candidly about managed services for your business and how that's going to improve everything. So let's get started. So the first 3 topics that we're going to talk about today are going to be the benefits of managed IT services, some of just common IT issues that you're familiar with as a business, some of the cost savings and recommendations that I really want to discuss, and thirdly, it's an IT strategy, and I want to touch briefly on cybersecurity just so that you're really clear and have a general idea of what to do. And I'll share some stories with things that's happened to us in our business. And this show is for you if you're a small business and an entrepreneur that's thinking about running a business, or you're in the middle of growing a business, or you're at an enterprise level. And I'll share some stories with you guys about that. So let's just talk about some of the benefits of IT managed services. If your IT is running properly and you've had an IT or an engineer, internal or external, what does that look like? What should they be doing? What should they not be doing? What should they be focused on? So the benefits for IT is going to increase your productivity. It's going to decrease your cost. It's going to allow you as a business owner to focus on running your business, selling your products, and focusing on things that you have fun with. IT managed service, IT networking, I don't think any of us really care for too much for that. To me, it's like just jumping in a car, put the keys in the ignition, start it, and you go, right? If you're having constant problems with your vehicles or your transportation, how do you feel? It's frustrating. If any of you guys have ever had those particular types of things happen. So I know having a IT business or any kind of service business, you got vehicles. So keeping those vehicles healthy, keeping them up, having them inspected and operational and running. Those are the tools that it takes us to run our business that we're having problems with, and it really doesn't help you to accomplish your goals. So it allows you to focus on the things that you enjoy doing. That's building the business. That's how you're generating revenue, correct? Improved security, making sure that when you go to bed at night, the security of your business is not being threatened. I mean, there's tons of ransom cases right now where people are reaching out to any types of business. It's cities, it's small businesses. I mean, how many of you, ask yourself, I would love to know actually, how many companies, business owners, entrepreneurs out there are worried about cybersecurity threats? If you're not, and you should be, but what are you doing about it, right? So some of the benefits of having an IT managed service internal, it's easy because you have a person that's handy that should know that technology. However, my recommendation would be to partner with a IT networking company. They're called managed services. They usually provide, these are just some of the benefits, right? Having someone internal that can fix certain things in your office. And it's expensive to do that. So if you've got someone that's, taking care of your phone system, taking care of your computers, taking care of your support, making sure those things are running, but what's the disadvantage of, what's the opposite of that benefit if those things are not running well in your company? It increases costs, it increases the lack of productivity, slows down things, and it's aggravating to us as business owners, right? So there's a lot of benefits, but I will also tell you a benefit of having a managed service 24/7 means that you've got a team of people that's going to help you accomplish the things that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about your staff being there or not being there. A team of managed service providers or IT specialists are going to help and make sure they're monitoring. If you come into our office, you would see monitors on the wall, you would see desk help, you would see different types of things in our organization that allows us to manage multiple businesses. And there's 40,000 MSPs around the country. And MSPs, managed service provider, or IT networking. Outsource business owners can leverage those managed service providers to help you. To me, it's rest easy at night. I mean, we live in a world of cyber problems, cyber attacks, and it doesn't matter how big or small you are. So the benefits of having a IT network engineering group externally is a very big advantage, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about your computers. You don't have to worry about cybersecurity. They're doing the work for you. So it allows you to run your business. And I will also say having an outside party, even if you have someone internal, you as a business owner you really need to have somebody that talks to you about the future, where you're going. Just like you would a bank, just like you would a CFO, just like you would your accountant. You need to have that technology partner that's keeping up with the trends, keeping up with the technology, keeping up with things that are outdated in your office, because frankly, you don't have time to do that. So let's make sure you take advantages of all the benefits. It's half the cost. So don't be afraid by going to an MSP. What the biggest concern, and I've talked about it in a previous episode, is finding a business advisor, finding an IT guy, interview them, ask them the right questions so that you get the most value out of having a managed service provider. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. And I'm just going to touch on it. Common IT issues, for most businesses right now today, it's cyber security threats. I don't care how small you are, how large you are. I mean, cities are getting attacked. Small businesses are getting it. Just do a search online and you will see. I'm trying to think of what the most recent cybersecurity attacks have been. But if you do a quick search online, you're going to see a number of cybersecurity. I mean, just yesterday, there was, I think it was no, I think it was here in California. We had a cybersecurity attack, and it had to do with one of the cities. They settled for $1.1 million on just ransomware. So don't think that it can't happen to you. Having that third party, those are common IT issues that you should be concerned with within your business. Other IT issues, it's upgrading your Office 365. As simple as making sure that the Office 365 has been upgraded. They can manage it, monitor it, update it while you sleep at night. So make sure that, you're talking about Office. What about your networking? What about your devices in your company? When's the last time that you've updated and upgraded? Yes, it's an expense, but IT concerns and IT issues are caused by, outdated equipment, outdated software, all those things that we just want to run on our computers. Well, I will tell you, your staff may or may not tell you that it's taking them longer because they're using an old, outdated computer. They may not even know that it's the computer. They may be just dealing with the speed, and it's causing them a lack of time. Most of the time, I bet you hear about it. Some of the other things is data loss. I mean, when's the last time you backed up your data in your business, and how are you securing it? Are you backing it up internally? Everything has moved to the cloud, and everything is secure. Listen, I love tech stuff, and I love building businesses. I will tell you, there was a time I had written, it was about 13 books, business books that I had written, put all the data, had most of the information, and this is just a simple issue. I mean, today, if you came into my office, I would have a backup, probably 3 backups. One is kind of just a USB file. Back up your data. If you're a small business, back up that data, right? If you're not a small business, you should be, you can go to Costco or some of those other companies, and you're able to find some backup devices. And you can just plug it right directly into your computer and back up your devices. Anyway, I lost all those files. I had like 3 weeks worth of work, and I was saving it on my computer hard drive, and this was at home. So if you're running your business and you're running part of it at home and you're not backing up those files, don't do it. I can tell you, it'll turn you gray real fast. You'll lose your hair, whatever it may be, because it's a lot of work and you don't want to have to repeat it. Monitoring, maintenance, and support. Check with your MSP. Give me a call. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. Give me a call. You can send a message to cole@greenzebra.net. And if you need a managed service or even just have a conversation with us or our team and see, what kind of assessment we can do for you, be happy to help you. But just be proactive. IT is about being proactive. It's kind of like, you change the oil in your car, you put gas in it, you make sure the engine's running. That is what IT, networking, and support and managed service, it's all about. Running your business and making sure the health of your business is functioning at its highest. If it's not, you're going to run into issues, right? You're going to run into downtime. You're going to run into people struggling with getting their work done. And if you're working at home, just because you're working at home, there's more remote work opportunities. That's even more reason to make sure that you find an IT solution provider. It could be from $250 and a month to, depending on the size of your organization, but it's well worth the effort. So number 3 topic is cost savings. The biggest advantage of a managed service is how much money are they going to save you? I just mentioned some of the cost, right? Maybe it's $250 per desk, maybe it's $300 per desk. Maybe it's less. Maybe you just put it on a retainer and they're watching and making sure. But the potential cost savings is going to be greater because if someone's keeping your engine running and they're monitoring and they're doing simple maintenance, guess what? Those tools that you're using are going to last a lot longer and also be protected. And I guess the biggest cost savings is preventative, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very inexpensive. It can be very expensive. It just really depends on you, but you need to be checking into cybersecurity insurance. And you also need to check with the managed service provider to make sure it's going to save you down the road. I mean, can you afford $500,000? Can you afford $100,000? Can you afford millions of dollars? So just making sure your cybersecurity is really put in place. Outsourcing your IT needs is a very simple way to reduce some of your biggest costs. Listen, 2023 and going forward, we're only going to be using more tools in the cloud. And those tools that we use in the cloud by our staff or by our employees, they're connecting to software applications. They're receiving emails that could create phishing issues. When's the last time you did a training? So, cost savings is really cost preventative measures, doing an assessment, checking the health of your business to make sure that things are running. Those are going to be some of your biggest cost savings. I mean, if you're doing marketing and you're getting outbound messaging, sending hundreds and hundreds of emails, or maybe you're receiving information from people that you shouldn't, in the long run, it's going to save you money by putting an IT guy in place. That's going to save you money. Another savings is going to be we're going to have access, or they're going to have access to equipment and discounts and solutions at a much better rate than what you may find when you're out looking independently for your business. I would say the biggest, other than just some of the physical challenges, cost savings is going to be your time. And time's what you have to build your business, spend time with your family, go on vacations, do those things. Make sure somebody, when you're not there, that's going to be your biggest savings is allowing you to run and maintain that business. Back up to your data. If you lose that data, take a minute and think about this. What happens if your accounting goes down and you lost all the data for your accounting? What could that do for your business? What about all of the marketing materials, your creatives, your logos, all those things that are in your business that are very precious to you? How much time would it take you to replace all those things? Those are the types of cost savings that you should consider as preventative. Cost savings are going to be on equipment, data backup, etc. There's a lot of opportunities for maintaining a high standard and high quality of functionality within your organization. So everyone should really put an IT strategy in place. Take a few moments and sit back and think about the business. What would make it easy for you and I if we were sitting down and having a conversation about our business? What are some of the things that we would have with talking about functionality? How can we grow our business, right? What is it going to take? And some of the stories that I can share with you is, we've had an office in Mexico. We've had an office in Europe, Spain, Asia, South America. Over the years, I've had different offices in different places where we've tried to operate. And a lot of those types of conversations come up, and it just sounds cool to open up an office, right? So just thinking about your IT and how you're going to communicate with those companies. One is telephony or your telephone system. How are you going to set up and communicate with people in other countries? One, you've already got a language barrier. Number two is, today we've got VoIP systems or phone systems, kind of like Ring Central. And I'm not recommending Ring Central. I'm just saying that they will allow you to create a telephone PBX system in the cloud. So part of our conversation would be, how are you going to grow your business? Are you planning on spinning something up very quickly meaning that, hey, I'm going to have a salesperson in Florida. I'm going to have another salesperson up in Washington, or I've got someone here in Mexico. The idea of your IT strategy is how are we going to talk about just communication and connecting people together? The second is, are they going to be running on your system? Are they going to have access to your software in the cloud? How are you going to transfer that information back and forth to your staff, to your employees, to your independent contractors? How are you going to communicate and deliver it? Is it going to be Microsoft Office and collaboration through Teams or Zoom? Those are part of your strategies. So, for me, looking at our office, and believe it or not, even internally in our own office, we use Zoom. Sometimes it's even quicker, but having a strategy in place with your IT managed service provider, don't put it on yourself to go set these things up. It's not really a good value in your time, because what if it grows? And what if your intention and what you're trying to do in your business is actually to grow? Your IT strategy is setting that foundation up, and always meeting with the experts in the managed IT, the managed service part of the business. They're your go-to guys. They're the guys that you can sit down just like it with your banker and talk about how you're going to build your infrastructure to grow. So your strategy is super important. Think about your communications, think about your software, think about the collaboration tools that you're going to need. And then there's all the other operational things that to consider. So the easy ones in today's world, for me, when I look at IT infrastructure, me personally, where's my phone? Anyway, my phone is my communication. I can have all of my tools on there. My Zoom can be on my phone. My Google, we use Google infrastructure. We use Microsoft Teams, various tools, but really keep it simple. Your IT strategy to get your business started. If you're an entrepreneur, look at your tools that you need. Make sure that you've got backups in place and backup regularly. Make sure you got a good computer. Look at your telephone systems, how you're going to communicate, what's your data backup solutions. That to me is just your fundamental foundations. It can become more advanced as time goes on. If you've got a larger organization and you want to do an assessment, what's working, what's out of date, what needs to be backed up, this is where a managed service team can come in and help you do that. Give me a call. Let me know if you want to sit down and go through an assessment and talk about your business. It doesn't matter what type of business that you're in, whether you're a work from home company or you're a manufacturer, you're a sports stadium. An assessment can go from top to bottom. And it's really critical to, put that as part of your ongoing strategy with today's technology changes. We hear everyone talking about the new and improved AI. That's just creating more advanced solutions or problems, if you will, for us to access cloud technologies. When you're using your tools to connect to outside resources, make sure you're protected. So I think I was going to say my three tools that I use are my phone, my computer, software applications that to help me grow, and I can add on Teams to it, are going to be Zoom or some collaboration tool. Make sure that I've got a CRM that can be used on my phone, that can be accessed on my computer at the office. And it also allows me to put many people in many devices. So whether you've got one station and a phone or you got hundreds, doesn't really matter. Those are really important for you to continue building an IT strategy. So with all that being said, I just, I hope and I really want you to understand the benefits by having a managed IT services. If you want to save some time, you want to have a peace of mind, think about adding on to what you're currently doing, a managed service provider. It will save you so much time and allow you to grow your business just like your banks would. Don't worry about the common issues. As a topic here, there's a lot of common issues that drag us down as a business. Don't let that happen to you. And there's plenty of ways to save money, and think about, what's the value to your staff or to you, based on some of the bullet points. Management, maintenance, maintain, who likes and who cares. I care, but I don't want to have to deal with IT issues. I just want it to work so I can go do the things that I need to do. And then lastly is your IT strategy. Listen, sitting down with a good MSP, that's what they're called, IT networking company, outsourced. They could be a 2-man shop. They could be a 100-man shop. They focus on small businesses primarily. And what I've seen over the last 25 years, and technology's changed, it's really important as a business owner and entrepreneur, partner with an MSP, pay them to run your business. Listen, if you don't know who to go to, give me a call, send me an email at cole@greenzebra.net. Happy to do an assessment. There's no charge for that. My goal in dollars and data is helping small businesses to navigate technologies. And this is all built on IT infrastructures. And for 25 years, I've had to build my own IT infrastructures, and I've kept up to date and maintained, and I've had issues. So dollars and data episodes are for me to be able to give back to the business owners and entrepreneurs and the executives that run into issues with their business. Listen, we don't want these problems. So let me say, hopefully this episode is very helpful. It's giving you some ideas on how to relieve some of the stress with regards to your IT infrastructure so you can get out there and grow your business. You can get out there and meet more customers. And you have the tools and technologies in place so that you do what you do best. I really appreciate your time today. These episodes are some of the favorite things that I can do for me to share with you as a business owner and an entrepreneur, how to help you grow to the next level. Listen, focus on the things that you do really well. Let other people do the things that they do really well to help you grow your business. We live in a different world where it takes multiple teams and multiple people to grow our businesses today. I'm here to help. My name's Coleman Smith. Send me an email at cole@greenzebra.net and look for our podcast, Dollars and Data. It's here to help you make money. It's also protecting your data. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.